This episode of the Big Seance podcast is sponsored by Nuwati Herbals, herbal remedies from Mother Earth. Visit nuwatiherbals.com and use code BIGSEANCE, all one word, to receive 15% off your Nuwati Herbals order as a thank you. Again, that's nuwatiherbals.com, and Nuwati is Nuwati. So what tea will your host be pouring today? Find out a little later. And here's what's coming up in episode 165, part 2 of my live stream with Karen A. Dahlman from April 29th, 2020.
Welcome to the Big Seance podcast. I'm Patrick Keller of BigSeance.com, and this is a place for an open discussion on all things paranormal, but specifically topics like ghosts and hauntings, paranormal research, spirit communication, psychics and mediums, and life after death. So basically, anything that pops up in my paranormal world. The candles are already lit, so you might as well come on in and join the seance.
On April 29th, one of your favorite repeat guests, Karen A. Dahlman, joined me for a live stream on Facebook, where we were joined by several paranerds who were able to interact and ask questions. In the last episode, part 1 of the live stream, we covered the strange but very cool phenomenon that my sister-in-law experienced recently. Karen also gave my sister and several other viewers channeled readings. In this episode, though, we reminisce about our lovely weekend with Steve and Judy Skinner at their haunted castle house, plus Karen dives into more channeled readings. As I pointed out in the last episode, that evening I was so excited to get the live stream started that I didn't record it on my end, which would have made the quality of my voice much better. Plus, allergies left me with not much of a voice for about 3 weeks. I guess it's not completely back even, but you'll still enjoy it, I think. I'm sure you're wondering what I'm drinking right now. Well, since we all need a little extra happy these days, I poured a cup of Laughing Coyote tea from Nuwati Herbals. Laughing Coyote tea tastes great hot or cold and is useful for when you're feeling lost or a little down. And since laughter truly is the best medicine, basically you drink it so that you're a happier you. It contains hibiscus flowers, ginseng, lemongrass, ashwagandha, oat straw, and more. So help me thank Nuwati Herbals for sponsoring the show by visiting nuwatiherbals.com and ordering some tea. And don't forget, you can get 15% off your order if you use the code BIGSEANCE, all one word. Thanks, Nuwati Herbals. Wow, you're rocking some people's worlds, Karen.
I want to answer this. I just see something from Lori Peanut. I think that's a fantastic question. If life's been riddled, let's say riddled with downtrodden times and heartache, that happens. And when that happens, it's sad, but we're humans and we're stuck in that collective consciousness of, things that are good and bad, or it's up and it's down. And it's okay to express that. Grieve through it. Express yourself through it. If you need to find a therapist or a life coach or somebody who can help you with it, readers, take time for yourself. Love yourself through this. I think the biggest message that guides give me is that love yourself. Find ways to take care of yourself when you're going through the hard times. Hard times will happen. And hard times will be your greatest growth, but it sucks. I'm here to first to tell you, it sucks when you're going through it. I've had my share, and I continue to have them from time to time. And so we the guides always say sometimes it's better to hear that message from a human. than some spiritual being, which because they haven't experienced that, but they definitely can see what we're experiencing. They can feel it because they feel our feelings. But yeah, you're having a tough time. Get the help you need. I mean, life, it's not easy. There is no manual with this, just like the Ouija board. There's no manual. You just kind of explore and learn. But even when you're having hard times, if you can find a way to at least bring in something small that gives you even a crevice or a crack in it, your armor, that gives you a little bit of light to let in, whatever that may be. It may be a pet, maybe a friend, maybe a loved one, maybe reading some spiritual or inspirational information, and maybe just having a good laugh with somebody. Those little bits, if you keep doing it, they will add up to more and more. Sometimes we're supposed to just go through things, and that's life. But we can figure out how we want to respond to it instead of reacting to it. Do they want me to say anything else? That's good for now. Okay. I'm glad that's that question.
Several people make mention of the changes in your demeanor and your facial expression while you channel, and about how it's interesting to watch.
I hear that. I hear it comes through differently. And tonight I felt really something interesting that happened for me when I we're talking to Alexandra. That goddess came through, and I was like, whoa, I better get out of the way. She's a big energy. So yeah, I actually felt her energy strongly, like I would when maybe the angels come through, or even through the Ouija board, I can feel the different energies. That was a strong one. So I felt, I don't know what I said. And I gotta say, I'm not saying it. They're using my words and my voice, so I am saying it. But what the information that's coming through, I don't filter it. I don't stop it. It's like this. So whatever they do with my body, my words, my face, I've heard it. It sounds and changes a little bit. So it's all good, because I'll tell you what, it feels really good. And when you're working with good energies, and this is the same with the board, you guys, or using your cards, or using a K2 meter. Somebody in Australia said all these table tipping. When you feel the energy and it resonates so strongly, and it feels like a flow of unconditional love, you're on to something positive. Something really awesome is happening, and I'm transformed. So I want to thank all of you guys for your questions, because I get to vicariously live through it. I get to feel the feelings of it, and it's beautiful. It's even when hard questions are asked, I'll feel that emotion of it. But it's a very cleansing. It's very cleansing for me. So thank you.
Lori Peanut says, thank you, Karen. I've lost myself and need her back.
Well, I do want to say something to that. This is just Karen talking. If the guides come through, they may. I don't know. Losing yourself is a matter of looking to find somebody anew. So you're probably looking to find this you that you were, and now it's time to start looking for the she that she's becoming. Okay. So if you can hear that metaphor there and a little twist of a way of looking at it, it may be just that little tuning you might need to think about this from a different place. Also, use the technique that they've been showing me about being your future self. Just go out maybe 3 years, 5 years, and envision this woman that you see yourself being, or you want to be. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. That doesn't matter, because your imagination is really the magnet that'll pull it to you. And so what the guides have always said about imagination, they said it's very real. And I talk about it a lot in that book, The Spirit of Alchemy. I talk all about the imagination. It was all channeled information. And I also did some research on it too, what people say about the imagination. Basically what happens in your body when you envision something, so use your imagination, you actually your body doesn't know the difference, by the way, between what's you're imagining, what you're thinking about, and what you're actually experiencing out here. It's going to interpret it the same way. So when you're down and you need a little pick me up, if you can go to a place in your life and put it in the future, because that's what you're scribing to be, because we are in this space-time continuum. For us, that's how we live. So pull that energy, envision yourself, Lori, in this woman who feels really like her life is going great. Just imagine what that would look like. And then start feeling those feelings, and then say, okay, I pull you, the old me, to that. Remember, you're renewing yourself into something new. You're not going to ever go back to that person you once were. And that's like us every single day. We're always expanding. And so you don't go back. You're going to go forward, and everything has to sometimes shake it up to awaken you and open you up to new possibilities. Yeah, good. She says she's going to do the pulling Yes, do it. It's been invaluable for me in my life. And I remember talking about this. Oh, this is so cool. I remember talking about it. I was on Coast to Coast when that book came out, Patrick, and that came out in 2015. So about 5 years ago. I was talking about that concept. Trying to think how did I put it in the book? I might have spoken about it a little differently, but I was talking about that concept, and I had so many people reach out to me and talk about, oh my God, I think my future self visited me. I remember one person was telling me she heard this voice that was really calming. It was an adult woman, would talk to her when she was going through the death of her father. And she was like, just really sad. But she remembered this being, she would see her and she would come to her and say all this comforting stuff to her. And then she said, when she heard me talk about it on the show, she reached out and said, that's it. That was my future self. I know it now. So you guys, don't be surprised. This multidimensionality of ourselves that we are in our soul, very much like Cassie's the handprint of this being, or Alexandra, and this God is coming through. It's a part of herself that she was, I don't know, thousands and thousands of years ago, if not more, that you can tap into these wise, intelligent, have it together, whatever you want to call it, energies to help you along. So use all these techniques. Again, your imagination is not fake. It will take you to where you want to go.
You're rocking it, Karen.
Well, I'm thankful to the guides and everybody that's coming through and all the help I receive in spirit. And, Rosemary's here and she's she's sitting back. She's just laughing. I can hear her laugh. She's like, this is great. She goes, this beats the Ouija board, doesn't it? She's saying that to me. I'm like, yes, it does, Ro. Yes, it does, Ro.
There was another request for a reading by Ashley.
Sure.
And so that's going to be, I'm trying to keep it in order here.
Look, I like what Amy says about the scientific studies, the MRI. That's actually true. See, your brain will sense that pain regardless if it's emotional or you're thinking about it. That's the exact same concept I'm talking about here. So this science is catching up, you guys.
Mm-hmm. So here was Ashley's. Ashley says, I'd like to hear if Karen validates something I've heard during a reading with another medium.
Ooh, so we're doing that. So, okay. I don't know. Is there a topic or is it an area or you just want to see what comes through? Because I can't guarantee any of that stuff.
Let's see. I'll see if she had any comment after that. I don't think regarding that, but
okay. Well, let me just see what comes up. That's the best thing to do. Let's just see what comes up for you. Okay. So I'm going to start with the cards here. And this is for Ashley, you said?
Rita says we can never stop tonight. We just have to keep going all night.
Okay. Well, I never got to eat my dinner, Patrick, when you and I
Oh my gosh, you were supposed to eat before we did this.
My soup's over here is all cold. That's okay. I'll just eat it when we're done.
Ashley says generals, what she said.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see what comes through because I'd be curious too because I don't know. I'm game. Okay, so I'm looking at the cards right now and I really resonate with these cards because they come from my friend Cher Lyn who also transitioned. She transitioned in October 25th this last year.
We'll need to put a link to her cards.
Oh my God, they're beautiful. And you guys, I interviewed her twice on my YouTube show and you could see her talk. She's the most fabulous artist. And she channeled spirit, you guys, in her artwork. So her cards is why I start with her cards and then I might go into the tarot to add to it. But so anyway, Ashley didn't care. So I'm going to go into your reading now, Ashley. Okay. There's this big breakthrough that you're dealing with right now. There's this opening. It's okay. So let's see what this is. Okay, so it has to do with sacred old information, like you're bringing up information from the past, like you're studying. It's not your past. It's like studying information. It could be like alchemy. It's something older. It's truth. It's wisdom. And this, as you're studying this, it's transforming you and it's awakening you. Okay. So I'm getting also there are 3. What's this number 3 again? It's 3. I'm getting there's 3 powerful guides around you. I'm going to call them spirit guides. They're not differentiate whether it's a transition person. No, they're saying they're not. They feel more angelic. And I got to tell you, they love to dance. There's rhythm here. They like to move. They like to move to a beat. So it's when I get it, it's flowy. It's ethereal. So it does feel more angelic like. It's very ethereal. So these are the beings that are around you right now that are saying it's really important. Okay, here we go. I think the guides want to come in. I feel them coming in. I got to step out of the way. They're like, you're so high. You got to step aside. I'm like, I know. Okay. It gets harder when I go through this. Okay. Yes, we'd like to tell you about this transformation that you are experiencing. It is from a very old, wise part of yourself, but it's this goddess energy too. Why are all these goddesses showing up tonight to us? It's really fun to see this and witness this. We feel this vibration very strongly around you, Ashley, my dear. So there are 3 spirit guides here, and they feel like angels to us too. We read vibration. We don't have eyes. We don't have ears. We don't have a face. We just feel vibration. The vibration is of the angelic order. So we want to say, tap into that even more so. They are here for you to learn the sacred information you're going to be studying. We're going to ask that you look into some of the archangels. Karen says, okay, see, I just jumped in there. Okay, that's me. Sorry. Sorry, guys, go back. Because I always say, poo-poo, I do like the archangels, but it's like, okay. They're like, shut up. Okay. I did that. Oh, okay. So sorry, guys. That's okay. It's okay that you interrupt. Sometimes it's okay. You wanted to give a personal preference, but we're saying don't do that right now. So the archangels, there's who we're thinking you should communicate with a little bit more. For they're not the only ones. You could ask Karen. There's also a whole other group of them that she likes to call the guardians. And so we say a very strong energy, such as the guardians. And they're the ones that will watch out from you from these other dimensions. And they watch over you. They're here to help you. They're also here to help you learn this transformation you're going through. So it's really important that you tap into this information that is the studies you're taking forward from the past. I don't know why they just slowed down. That was weird. I don't know. That was I just felt them leave right then. That was weird. I think it might have been my problem if I don't stay totally concentrated. Okay. So I heard what I heard them last say was that it's an older energy. And it does feel like it feels like it is alchemy, and maybe that's no coincidence. We talked a little bit more about alchemy tonight, but there's something you're studying. Oh, okay. What I just got too is that you're studying energy healing, working with this, the energy in your hands. So it could be Reiki maybe, or just energy healing. And this is the old traditions you're working with, and that your guides that came in are here to help you, channel that and bring it more into your body so you can use it with people. So definitely continue on this path. It feels really, it's going to catapult you into some new areas that you'll find yourself wanting to use with people around you. Does that make sense?
This is fascinating to watch, Karen. It's
Whew,
real
that was a weird one.
You work. Yeah. I've never seen you channel so much in one sitting.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. As I said, I'm doing it more and more. I don't, by the way, you're the first show besides the webinar I just did with Marla where we're doing mostly channeling.
Yeah.
So you're the second one, really.
We're here to push you, Karen. That's
yeah. Well, I'm doing this all the time by myself. And so they're like, they're saying, please push her. Yeah, that was the whole thing. And I think, what really, although I've been working on it, what really made me probably come out in the public, and I got to hand it to Rosemary, because when she said that to me, and then I asked Joe, and he says, oh my God, she said that all the time. And I said, oh my God, that's just another wake up call. The guides have been saying it for years, but then for, somebody who was human to say it, who knew what I did the board and who was close to me to say, I was like, you know what, I got this. She goes, practice on me. And that's where we started. I started practicing with her even more so this last fall to be confident to do it publicly.
You know what I'm curious about? I'm curious, one of the things that she was so passionate about is her scrying mirrors. And so I wonder how many people she would reach out to when they use her scrying mirrors.
Oh, interesting. I haven't used a scrying mirror to reach her because I have one that she gave me, but that's interesting. Now I do know this. Other people are receiving messages from her. Joe's confirmed that for me. So, this is the bottom line. When those people that are in spirit, anybody, if the one in spirit wants to reach back, they can. Nobody's limited. If you didn't know her, you're not limited that you can't communicate with her. It's like you can still receive some information or energy. So it's really a two-way street. Do you believe that you can do that? And are you welcoming it? And is she open? Is she wanting to do that right now? That's what it really boils down to. She's definitely into exploring and enjoying her time actually in the other dimensions. She's told me some things that I'm not going to share at this time, but it's very fascinating to say the least.
Yeah, I've always kind of imagined that someone like Rosemary Ellen Guiley would be like, those greats that pass on, that you would just imagine that they're going to work all of their time trying to be communicators and helping us hear. It's what I used to always say that I wanted to do. Like when I get to the other side, it's like, I want to be trying to help people communicate through EVP. And I'm going
You're going to be a spirit guide.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm smart enough.
No, you're going to be a poltergeist, Patrick.
Boom. That would be fun too. I'm going to speak through the spirit box and call people Fat Cookie.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah, Fat Cookie.
You guys, what were we doing? We were doing the I cannot believe that came out of my mouth. You said it.
I said it too. Me?
Oh my God. We were doing that method. What was that? The Estes method, you guys.
Yeah.
And you just say whatever comes through the box. Fat Cookie. Who you calling it? Who you calling a fat cookie?
What'd you call me?
Fat Cookie.
And then it was, are you crippled?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I am. Thank you.
And he was answering it, and I was saying this stuff with the earphones on. I have my eyes shut too, and you can't hear anything but this. Fat Cookie. Right? And you just repeat it out loud.
And some of the funny ones that you had. Oh, I know a lot of people listen.
Some of them are rated not G. Okay.
Yeah. You had to be open to hearing whatever.
Anyway, if they watched your video you made, you did a great video on that. He did a really beautiful video of her time there, and it's on your page. So
and I also put an episode out, and a lot of people liked that episode where
you hear us.
A lot of our experiences.
Yeah, shout out to Steve and Judy, because they were very kind hosts to invite us out there. Oh, Patrick, by the way, look, I was going to show you. Did I tell you I got one of these?
Oh my gosh, you did, and that's exactly what I have.
Guys, this is really cool. So Patrick had this during the haunted castle house, and it's kind of I call it like a gyroscope. What do you, gimbal?
Yeah, it's a gimbal. Yeah.
Put your camera on here, and it just makes everything smooth. It's not set up right now. And
have you read it?
I've been playing with it. So what happened, Patrick? I was supposed to go on this incredible, I'm so excited, with Richard Estep, Wes Coleman, and a few others to go on this investigation in South Dakota. We were supposed to leave like next week. Well, that got canceled. We were going to go to Deadwood, stay at the Bullock Hotel. And you guys, Deadwood in South Dakota is where there's Calamity Jane and Wild Bill Hickok. A lot of really cool things in the Wild West went down, and they're both buried there. So we were going to do an investigation. I got that. I was going to take it there for the first time and make a video. But there'll be features.
You could use the gimbal and give everybody a lovely tour of your home or something.
Boring. But listen, I'll start using that when I go somewhere, when we all can start going places again.
I struggle to get it. You initially have to get your phone balanced.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I struggle with that. It takes me a while.
Yeah, it does. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I did it around my house a little bit, and I was getting it. It's just going to take some time, but it's cool tool, guys.
A cool effect it makes it so that it doesn't look someone's just like holding the iPhone walking.
No, it makes it's almost like you are a professional. When they use those professional, It's like that. It just goes seamlessly and flows, and it's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Lloyd Penis laughing. Ha ha, fat cookie. Fat cookie. I should have said all those words like this. Fat cookie. I should have used my exorcist voice.
We were up in our bedrooms while Steve and Judy were downstairs. We're supposed to be winding down,
oh God,
going to bed. And her and I, of course, are like giggly little children. And we've got that spooky closet in between us, in between both bedrooms. And Karen keeps busting out the exorcist voice. And then I found some crazy video of this kid doing his voice. And I'm thinking that, Judy and Steve are probably downstairs going, who the hell did we invite to our house? And remember, we kept thinking, Before we got there, it was like, are we sure these people aren't murderers?
Axe murderers.
Serial killers?
And then Patrick goes, maybe you think we are.
Maybe they think we're serial killers.
So you guys, here we are, like middle morning hours, or I don't know what time it was, 2 or 3, I don't know what time it was. We start doing Dubsmash with the Exorcist voice. I mean, we're supposed to be done with this paranormal investigation. We're like, no, we have to do some Dubsmashes.
And meanwhile, we're just farting around while the snow is headed our direction.
We're like, oh, no big deal. We'll get out of here. Next thing we know, it's like a blizzard.
Oh my gosh. That was really, really a fun weekend.
Oh.
You know, in the middle of winter and it was cold and you're in this cozy little house and the snow the next morning was pretty, at least for like 10 minutes.
And you know, Patrick did a great job driving. I'm like, thank God it's you, not me.
Oh, white knuckling it the whole.
You were a little freaked at first. I don't blame you. He didn't have a 4-wheel drive. That's part of the deal. But we did it.
It was like, and it ended up being like 3 hours or something.
Oh, it was only supposed to be like an hour and a half, I think.
Twice the time.
And then we turned music on. We started singing, you guys. We just had a blast. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to make light of it, I guess. You know, it's like right now. What are we going to do? We got to, you know, just do what you can do.
It was a fun trip, and I can't wait to go back again. Thank you, Steve and Judy.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
You guys had such a cool weekend set up for us.
We did. It was.
What else do you want to do or talk about, Karen?
Well, are there any questions we want to ask that we need to?
I've really lost track of the questions. I don't know.
Yeah, I did too, because it goes so fast and I can't see it all. Somebody else said they saw the video Charmaine did and enjoyed the sweet kitty. Oh, so Ashley has one of these little gimbal things. What are they called?
Oh, yeah. And there are several out there. There are lots of different kinds now. I think it's becoming a popular thing.
Well, I got it because Patrick had one, you know, and I was like, okay, what do you got? I got to get one of these too. And it just made a great video.
I'm just here to start trends.
You do. You start trends.
Elizabeth says, what are your thoughts on an antique doll having a positive spirit attachment?
Well, okay, so I have
supposedly one of those at the haunted castle house.
Yes. Okay, so I have a very different way of looking at that than a lot of people do, and it's just this is what would you call this? This is personal opinion. Okay, so this is okay. I have to preface it this way. So what we believe, okay, I say this all the time. What we believe is what we conceive and what we receive. And that's what I say on the Ouija board. So if you believe you're going to connect with some negative spirit, well, then you're probably going to draw that to you. If you believe you're going to get some spirit that's just awesome, you're going to get that to you. You're going to craft those experiences through what you believe. Belief is everything. So if you believe you have a doll that is haunted, positive or negative, absolutely, that's a possibility. It's your beliefs that have created that, have brought that intention and energy to it. So I have, so I don't have the dolls, but I have like 50 plus boards, and I think I have 30 tarot decks, but people don't usually have the negative thing about tarot decks so much. But I'm looking up here. I've got boards galore. I got boards galore all over the place. And my belief is that these don't attract those energies. And if there ever was any kind of a belief that there was any energies, I believe I can clear it. So I have to say my beliefs for myself, and I'm not going to disrespect anybody's opinion on this, because I think we all have our way of navigating through life. My way has been really looking at my beliefs and my intentions to those beliefs. What intentions do those beliefs create? And that's what I find I'm going to get. So yeah, there was a doll at the haunted castle house that had some kinds of things going on with it, right, Patrick?
I'm not sure that they purchased it with the understanding that it was a haunted doll. I don't know that they necessarily had experience.
Yeah, I don't think that was the case there. I think it was that they put it there, and that some people have started having some experiences, right? And I think they got the little dancing stick man by it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we loved the stick man.
We loved it. So you know what? People have haunted items, they call it. You know, hey, they probably do. I mean, that's what the belief is behind it. I mean, our beliefs are so powerful. Just talking about imagining yourself as your future self and pulling yourself to that energy and letting all the pieces fall into place. That's power. That's your belief. So your beliefs will do a lot of things for yourself. So yeah, I mean, they say they have haunted things. That's cool. But I'm just choosing. I don't want haunted things. I don't want haunted things. I believe I can bring in the energies in other ways, and I really like getting the ones that are helpful in life. So that's where I'm at with it.
Elizabeth, I see the spirit of a small child that is whitish mist that walks the hall by the door.
Oh, now that's interesting. So in that sense, sometimes, people, when they cross over, transition, they may still be stuck. I hate that word stuck, but I don't know what else to say. We all use that word. They may be, here's a better word. They may be attached to the personality. They may be attached to an emotion. They may be attached to who they were, that it's hard for them to leave that. So yeah, you can get those kinds of things happening. That'd be more of the astral level. So sure. In that sense, yeah, there could be, a little girl who's attached to that house, that life. And that's just what reminds her of it, like a talisman. There's so many possibilities here. We don't fully understand. I don't know. Bottom line is I don't know. I just can only go by my theories and what I believe. And then those change sometimes. Like I really believe a lot of the hauntings we have are really like what you would call stepping into other dimensions. And I think I talked about Judy and Steve and you about that, Patrick, a little bit. Remember, I talked actually quite a bit about it at that thing we did, because I was getting messages before I went to really start looking at this, not so much as being haunted, but that they're at a confluence of like energies, and they're like at a vortex where all kinds of energies can come in. And so not just see it as deceased beings, but also spirit guides, maybe some really cool cryptids come in, or maybe extraterrestrials, that there's this possibility of energies coming through. And so I'm starting to really look at a lot of these energies I might tap into as what we would call shadow people, but they're really just people in other dimensions that are right here. It could be the deceased, but it could be those that are living in whole nother parallel reality that are coming through. I've had some weird experiences about this, but we got into a cool conversation about that in Brumley. And then I talked about orbs, and then Patrick said, okay, I'm out of here.
I'm out
on the orbs.
And then you had your funny, oh my God, it may have been the most hilarious moment for the whole weekend for me was your Bigfoot moment out and in the field behind the house. You said Bigfoot, and then you laughed maniacally, and I just happened to catch it on the video, and it was such a hilarious moment. And I don't know what got into you, but it was hilarious.
Listen, if Bigfoot was there, I was going to channel him. I was looking for Bigfoot, but these guys were like over here talking about Civil War and all that. I was like, dude, I'm on another dimension. I'm going to go in the corner and call in some other cryptids or something. So I was, I was open to it, and I didn't feel anything. I didn't get anything, but it was just fun. So then I went into my maniacal laugh. Oh, we had fun.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was so worth it. So worth it. Oh
God, you guys. It feels good to laugh, doesn't it? You want to laugh. So Andrew says, very much so. You're attention to what you do. If you think you'll get some sort of evil, then you probably will. Absolutely, Andrew. I'm there, right there with you. I've been using the board for 47 years now. 47 years this summer, and I got to tell you, that has been my experience every single time. It's what I believe in. When I sit down with new people, it's what we believe together. It's what they believe, what I believe, and it's just like it's a hodgepodge of beliefs, and it all comes together somehow. And then that's what you're going to start bringing in. Yeah, intention's important, you guys, intention. But behind that is your belief. So
do you want to maybe do one more reading?
Sure. Okay.
All right. We had I'm gonna mess up this name, I'm sure, but we had Costante, and then we had Bill and Brenda and Andrew. I don't know if you saw any of those.
No, I didn't. So let's pick one of them. I'm sorry, guys. We can always do this again in the future. But
right. I knew we would. I knew there wouldn't be a chance to get to everyone, so I do apologize.
Well, we've done quite a few, haven't we?
We have. Yeah, you've been rocking them out.
I love what Amy Meyer says. She goes, "Parallel universe. Amy has the best life, the best."
I saw that.
So, guess what? Pull that reality into this reality too. Merge with it. Because this is weird stuff I'm talking about here. I know it is, but to a lot of you guys, it's not, because at least we're in people that explore these concepts.
I don't think the one on the screen, I don't think that was necessarily Costante?
Constante's
request. maybe we have so many awesome comments that I'm getting.
Well, I can do this person. I mean, that's good. I think it's important to ask about your life purpose. Right now, you guys, being in quarantine around the world, this is what we come to. We start to face ourselves.
Oh, that is what she requested. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I see it right there in front of us on the screen right here. So she's seeking out. I'm sorry. Is Costante a female or male name? I don't know. Sorry.
I'm assuming female since then it says Christina.
Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. I'm going to assume so too then. Or it could be last name. Christina could be last name, but okay. So, yeah, this is a great time to look at your purpose. So I'm happy to, let me start with the cards and see what comes up because, this question comes up a lot on the lines when I'm doing calls. People really want to know this. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So I'm looking at the cards and I'm just going to go from there and then I'll pick up from there. So this is what I want you to think about, Costante. Believe in yourself. There's a sense that you feel like you've deceived yourself or you're feeling like possibly, you don't want to trust yourself. And I'm saying no. This is a great time to, okay, so I was talking about drawing from your future self. I'm going to say to you a little bit differently. I'm going to ask you to go back to a time in your life when things felt so innocent, so beautiful, so pink and blue, like when you had a great moment. You were young. So like it could be like when you were a baby, like it could be 3, 4, 5, 6. But when you have magic in your life, go back to that, reach to that part of you to bring that more into your life. I'm seeing that you're going to need more of this play to get through this part that you feel like, I can't trust myself. I deceived myself. Why? I'm sorry. I want to ask that. Why? Okay, what I'm hearing is from them, they're saying it's not so much of a why. They want me to tell you it's more about this, an opportunity for you to integrate that part of you, for you to acknowledge that part of you that feels like, I mean, we often feel splintered in our lives, like there's these different compartmentalized parts of ourselves or parts of ourselves that we go, I don't want to look at that, or I just like this, I don't want that. They're saying here, spirit, and I'm hearing from the guides too, is that no, we want you to say, it's okay, forgive yourself. And there's the forgiveness, but forgive yourself. You did not deceive yourself. You did the best you could do with the stuff you knew. You did the best you could do with all the information you had at hand. And just tap back into this playful young you who goes, I'm magical, the magical thinking you, like, oh, there's fairies do exist. By the way, they do. The angels come and visit me. I love my dreams. I want to play. I love to color. It's like, I'm hearing that. I'm feeling that more. So it feels like a very young part of you that's saying, it's okay. I need to come back into her life. And when you do that, okay, I guess it's a her, the word her came out. When you do that, you're going to feel like you're more fully integrating you. This is the primo time right now for you, not only you, but everybody to do this type of integration work, where you look at the parts of you that suit you, the parts that don't, and don't discount them, and don't just accept these, but find a way to bring them together. And play is the best way. Bringing these parts of you that you really enjoy, those younger parts of you, bring them together and say, it's okay. I'm going to play. I'm going to laugh through this. But the biggest thing you could do is forgive yourself. So that's coming up large for you, Costante, if I said it correctly. So I just want to say much love to you, and you've got this. You can do this. You can be empowered.
Awesome.
I hope that helps. Do you prepare yourself to tarot cards? Yes, I do, Paula. Hi, Paula. Yeah, I prepare myself the exact same way so I can get into the feeling of it. So when I read the cards, I'm like I said, I start, but then I get off the cards. I jump off. Again, these cards by Cher Lyn. To me, they're magical. I'm very drawn to kind of Native American approach look. They're very, what would be the word I'd use? They're just magical to me. And when I look at them, because I would love her art. By the way, these were all pictures that are like, I can't even put my hands, they're huge. And then she made them into cards. They're very magical to me. And I resonated right when I saw them. And so when you find a deck of cards, just like a Ouija board that you resonate with, right? I feel like for me and others, you're just going to have a better time of reading them. Now, when I have my tarot cards here, and by the way, I didn't even get into the tarot at all tonight, you guys. It was interesting. I didn't need to. Sometimes I will. I do use the tarot. I use the traditional tarot, but I got to tell you, sometimes you just got to go with what spirit gives you. And what I was getting was more channeling off the cards and doing intuition. So that's what really wanted to come through tonight. And one time I did the Ouija board. See, there you have it.
And you weren't on it long. You busted right off of it after.
I think it's for your sister, right? And it said hello. Yeah. And then I said, oh God, I got to start talking to you.
So I wanted to make sure everybody knew that if you're looking for more on Karen, she's on all the social medias and stuff, but you can go to KarenADahlman.com, or I know it goes to the same site, but it's also what publications? What is it?
Creative Visions, plural, publication.com, for creativevionspublications.com or KarenADahlman.com.
Yep, and it all goes to this. I think Karen A. Dahlman is probably easier to
remember.
They know who you are.
And then also, you guys, join my newsletter if you're interested, because I will announce when we got new things coming up. But I also, next time I do a webinar or something. But also, you guys, join me on YouTube if you haven't already. I'd love to have you there. I interview people. We talk about channeling. We talk about all this stuff, what we're doing here tonight. Or people that are very interested in like the Ouija board or any of these kinds of tools. We talk about aliens. We talk about Bigfoot, Dogman. We do it all. I love it. So join me there. I've got some new interviews coming up. I've got 2 interviews scheduled for next week. It'll be exciting, fun. I do them in advance, then I release them a little bit later. So yeah, join me there.
One could spend all day long or all week long probably on your YouTube page.
Oh, I think I have, 220 videos. I don't know. We got so many there.
And the Women of Ouija with Marla
Martinson and Karen Dahlman.
Hey, Marla.
How are you?
But hi, we love you too.
Hey, Marla. Shout out to you, Women of Ouija. You guys the videos for that are on there too. So please check that out as well.
And I wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to ask Karen if she'll put the link to like those cards from your friend.
I will.
Cards. And I think that we're going to promise we'll let Karen have some dinner, some cold dinner that she'll have to heat up. And then I think Karen agreed to each of us do a Dubsmash, because if you know anything about Karen or I, we like to, and sometimes a week or two will go by and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 we have Dubsmash.
A random Dubsmash. I'm like, oh, now we're playing.
Random Dubsmash. Used to just be on the weekends, but now it can just be.
Well, because, every day is a weekend.
Every day is the weekend now. And so if you'll follow up in the comments, I'll put, or Karen can put a Dubsmash and then I'll put a Dubsmash. And then you know what? If anybody wants to join in.
Oh God, you guys do Dubsmash. Let's all do Dubsmash. We even got Peter and Judy. Peter. We even got Steve and Judy. I said Peter and Judy. Peter, Steve, your new name's Peter. That's you in a past life. Yeah, we got them Dubsmash in the Bee Gees, remember?
Yeah, we can end the night with everybody having Dubsmash wars, and you can put your Dubsmash video. And what's funny is that Dubsmash is so like not cool anymore. But we
it's like little kids on there.
Yeah, and like TikTok is the new thing, but we are like.
Oh, I don't know TikTok. That's the one you sent to me recently, and I was like, "What is this?"
I've done some TikTok stuff, but I'm not cool and hip enough.
I think Dubsmash is fun because that's our thing.
Yeah, we're like. Kicking it old school on Dubs.
So they're kicking the old school with all the teeny boppers.
I know, there's so many.
I could be like the grandmother. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us and for your wonderful questions and comments and joining us here. And again, I get to live vicariously through you when these messages come through. So, I'm kind of selfish like that. But thank you guys, and you're very, very welcome. I appreciate it too that you're offering your appreciation. So that's nice. And the guides, everybody that came through, they're like very appreciative that you guys were here too. They honor your time and space.
Yeah, thank you for your energy, Karen, and
you're very welcome. Thank you,
time. And this gives me fabulous content in a time where I'm, often, everybody is kind of in a different emotional state at home lately. And I haven't always been inspired to jump up and do things. And your energy and you always push me into getting stuff going. And so this was fun. I'm glad we did it. It's like getting out to go to a party or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, you guys. And you know what? I want to say this too. Everybody goes, oh, we got to be doing things. Actually, what's come through too, if you just need R&R right now, trust that. Follow that intuition, you guys. Because the R&R, I tell you, in the very beginning, I did a lot of R&R because it was like, you know what? I just need to kind of cocoon. And when I did that, you guys, for a while, everything started coming in, all these ideas. I'm doing webinars, I'm doing shows and this and that, blah, 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 blah. That's what happens. So just trust what you need right now. Be good to you. Love yourself through this. Allow your future self to pull you through. And really just, forgive yourself if you need to, really. And just be loving and be kind to yourself.
One of the cool moments I had was early on into this quarantine lockdown where I was definitely slowing down. Like, now we're in kind of a new norm and, I've got my phone in front of me all the time and I'm working, doing, the email with the kids and students and parents.
Oh, yeah. You're still working like that. Yeah.
But for a week or two, I was slowed down. And I just remember stepping outside with Meryl, with our dog, and just noticing very early spring changes and the sounds and flowers and things that I don't think I would typically be slowed down enough to notice. It was like still wintry, but like spring, and the sounds I was hearing, it was amazing. It's like, I don't know that I've ever been slowed down enough to notice the woods in our backyard, some of the changes that the trees were going through. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I kind of need this right now. It was kind of a cool reminder.
It is. It's healing. That's what's needed. I've been taking my walks. I usually go for 30 minutes, you guys, every day. I've been taking them to an hour. Today I did a 70-minute walk on these crazy hills, but I'm above the city. I'm looking out over the ocean and I'm just getting blah, blah from spirit. I'm talking to trees. I'm just getting all these insights. It's just crazy. So when you do slow down, you guys, this is what happens. You start allowing yourself to open up to some of these things that we're exploring tonight. That's all. It's win-win. Win-win.
You rock, Karen. Thank you.
Peace out, right? Peace out. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much, Patrick. Love you guys.
Peace. Thanks for everybody for watching and giving us all this awesome energy and all the comments. And continue the party tonight. We'll put some dub smashes.
Yes.
Have a good night. Thank you, Karen. Mwah!
Bye.
Thank you to the following super paranerds who support the show at patreon.com/big seance. Susan Davey, Josie L. Lorenzo, Jim Budd, Kim Robb, Natalie, Genesis, Bliss is my muse, Justin J. Justin, Anne Marie Sullivan, Melissa Armour, Paula Mitchell, and Amy Park Gedicke. My supporters at the Parlor guest level, who can be found at bigseance.com/parlor guests, are Linda of shimmeringmoons.com, Denise Sia of Mystic Moms Paranormal, Ann Rekovich of ozparatech.com, Janet of inthewhisperofthewinds.com, Norman and Linda Keller, Lana and John of Carbon Lilies, Christopher Kohler, Bruce Williams, Marion Hover Clairvoyant, Dina DeCastro of Dina DeCastro Astrology, Nettie, Glenna Becker, Diane Rax, Peggy Hagan, David Rubenstein, and Dave Curry. That sound you just heard was the Above and Beyond There's Not Even a Category for Your Level of Support fireworks display. And this month, James Wilfong joined the Fireworks Club. Why? Well, because he edited his pledge and has now joined Steve Skinner, Kevin Gilbert, and AJ Meredith, who are all awesome listeners who support the show at the $10 level. So thank you, Steve, Kevin, AJ, and James. And thank you, Paranerds.
For show notes, including links to anything we may have mentioned in this episode, visit bigseance.com.
You can find and subscribe to the show in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and just about anywhere podcasts are found.
Do you have any comments or feedback? Go to bigseance.com/feedback to learn how to get your voice in a future show. Or you can call my feedback line, 7755-TELL-ME. That's 775-583-5563. Interested in learning how to promote and share the podcast? Go to bigseance.com/share. Thank you so much for listening. Unfortunately, it's time to blow the candles out, but we'll see you and light them again next time.